Hello, my name's Eliza, and I've just recently completed my Latinx popular culture class. And if there's one thing I've learned about Latinx popular culture, it's that to be Latinx means to be mixed in some capacity. I mean, you have this landmass teeming with indigenous architecture, you have islands that are blasting Afro Latinx music, you have a population that reveres Catholicism, and many of them with Castilian last names. You cannot escape the blending of cultures, and the same is true of film. The concept of triangulation in Latin American cinema asserts that they've always been engaged with foreign models, incorporating European, Hollywood, indigenous, and Latin American techniques to form a new fusion of global filming styles. And in my final project, I would like to convince you, the viewer, that I grasp an understanding of the concept of triangulation in Latin American cinema and can incorporate it while also explaining the history that the United Fruit Company has had in the region. The United Fruit Company is a U.S.-based tropical fruit industry that began in the early 1900s and continued to buy land across Latin America throughout the mid-1900s. It was notoriously dubbed El Pulpo for the way that the company's influence spanned into every corner of Latin America like tentacles, with the Central American governments being called banana republics for the way that their economy relied upon the trade of a single crop. Wages were low, fever ran high, and many historians would consider the expansion of the United Fruit Company modern-day imperialism for the way that they exploited their workers. At times, massacres ensued due to the tensions between the workers and the company, and I wanted to capture this moment in time where a protagonist must decide whether to work for a company that exploits their compatriots. As for the style of the movie, I attempted to emulate the film noir genre that originated in Hollywood but became popular in Latin America during the mid-1900s. I drew a lot of my inspiration from the 1952 Argentinian film No abras nunca esa puerta, with its title cards, drawn-out shots, and Dutch angles that highlight the tension within a scene. I also drew content inspiration from the 1964 film Soy Cuba, which showcases the way American imperialism negatively impacts four different stories in Cuba post-revolution. One segment in particular focuses on a farmer who has recently been informed that his land has been bought out by the United Fruit Company. I wanted to emulate the power dynamics of this act and use some of the score to play in the background of the conversation between the two characters. Finally, like the 1968 Cuban film Memorias de Subdesarrollo, which incorporated documentary styles with neorealism and European avant-garde aesthetics, I included a poem by Pablo Neruda at the end of my film. In the background, the montage from the movie plays, thereby embodying the mixing of styles that often occurs in Latin American cinema. The dialogue between European and Hollywood film strategy and Latin American ideals is what makes Latin American cinema uniquely triangulated. My project, like Latin American cinema, is a culmination of many different works of art. So, with all this in mind, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hola, Char. Bienvenidos a la oficina.
Gracias, señor Nichols.
Vamos a hablar en inglés. Do you speak English?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So, I see they want to send you to Guatemala. Have you ever been to Isade before?
Have not, sir.
Oh, it is gorgeous. Bananas as far as the eye can see. The sun never stops shining, and crickets sing throughout the night.
That sounds lovely, sir.
Certainly. I mean, you should consider yourself lucky I'm even offering this to you. You get to live in paradise without so much as laying a finger on a machete. You know, unless you have to.
How do you mean, sir?
I mean, you're simply keeping things in line down there. Since you're fluent in both English and Spanish, you make a great asset taking orders from us over here and delivering them over there. I mean, come on. You remember what happened in Colombia, don't you?
Vaguely. The United Fruit Workers went on strike, and a great deal of them were killed by the Colombian army.
They went on strike. The communists will never be satisfied, will they? Come on, why would you go on strike for the United Fruit Company and the most beautiful land in the world?
I don't know, sir.
That's why we need people like you. People to put out the fires, if you know what I mean. People to keep it the order. So anyway, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
When I was younger, I used to help my family on the farm. Now that I'm out of school, I help my father with the finances. Money is tight right now, truthfully. With all the flooding this year, it's been very difficult.
Yeah, it's been causing a lot of unrest, but that's exactly why we need you there. We'll get you settled here by the end of the month.
With all due respect, sir, I
Take it in.
will. I just don't know. I thought I would be helping with the farming or the finances. I didn't think I would be keeping the order.
But Char, you really need this money.
I really need the money.
This is tough, Char. Do you know what they call that place? The Banana Republic is a republic built around exploitation of the people in Guatemala from the power of the United States.
I don't know. In the papers, it seemed like my next big break. Like, I saw pictures of cruises traveling to Costa Rica and smiling farmers picking bananas.
Se ríen porque tienen miedo por gente como tú.
Ashley.
Do what you want. I know money is tight and I'm in no position to judge.
La United Fruit Co. de Pablo Neruda. Cuando sonó la trompeta, estuvo todo preparado en la tierra, y Jehová repartió el mundo a Coca-Cola Inc., Anaconda, Ford Motors y otras entidades. La compañía frutera Inc. se reservó lo más jugoso, la costa central de mi tierra, la dulce cintura de América. Bautizó de nuevo sus tierras como repúblicas bananas, y sobre los muertos dormidos, sobre los héroes inquietos que conquistaron la grandeza, la libertad y las banderas, estableció la ópera pufa, enajenó los albedrios, regaló coronas de César, desenvainó la envidia, atrajo la dictadura de las moscas, moscas Trujillo, moscas Tachos, moscas Carías, moscas Martínez, moscas Ubico, moscas húmedas, de sangre humilde y mermelada, moscas borrachas, que zumban sobre las tumbas populares, moscas de circo, sabias moscas entendidas en tiranía. Entre las moscas sanguinarias, la frutera desembarca, arrasando el café y las frutas, en sus barcos que deslizaron como bandejas el tesoro de nuestras tierras sumergidas. Mientras tanto, por los abismos azucarados de los puertos, caían indios sepultados en el vapor de la mañana. Un cuerpo rueda, una cosa sin nombre, un número caído, un racimo de fruta muerta derramada en el pudridero.
That's exactly why we need you there. And there's something else after that, but I'm forgetting.
When I was younger, I used to help
Take it!
Se ríen por gente como tú. Oh my god, no. Wait! Oh, I thought you started.
No,
You know what they call this company? The Banana Republic is...